Hey guys, Level Cap here, and this week in gaming, the hype train for Battlefield 2042 kept chugging. It may start getting easier for PC gamers to find their gaming hardware. Valve has apparently saved Team Fortress 2 from cheating, and much more. The hype for Battlefield 2042 spilled over to Battlefield 4, boosting the peak concurrent player count 8 times over. In response to the hype, DICE added more servers to the game. They also made the game's first paid DLC, China Rising, free on PC. The DLC offered some quality content but was overshadowed by Battlefield 4's rough launch. Battlefield 2042's AI bots will fill servers. Up to 64 of them can be on a server at once. Players joining the servers will replace the bots. The goal is to ensure every match feels full regardless of your region. Bots cannot be turned off by players and will be present in both Conquest and Breakthrough. We don't know what other modes 2042 will offer for standard multiplayer, but it sounds like bots won't be in all of them. As for how good the AI will be, EA has experimented in the past with machine learning to create more intelligent bots for Battlefield 1. Back then, they were designed to help DICE test the game, but the goal was to add them as NPCs in future games. Playtesting showed that these bots could hold their own against real players. Assuming 2042's bots are based on this experiment, we could see AI teammates actually play like teammates, dropping health and ammo kits when requested, and working to secure objectives. In our final bit of Battlefield news this week, leaker Tom Henderson claims the mysterious third mode for 2042 being developed by DICE LA will offer remasters of classic maps. He says this branch of 2042 will offer traditional modes and lets players use weapons and vehicles from previous Battlefield games. It's allegedly intended more as a fun sandbox mode instead of a competitive experience. The official description of the mode listed on the Battlefield website says, "Created as a love letter to our core fans, a new way to play Battlefield is coming. Discover unexpected battles and enter the wide universe of Battlefield with this experience." EA will take the wraps off of 2042's additional modes at EA Play Live on July 22nd. PC gamers frustrated by how impossible it's been to buy new gaming hardware can finally see a light at the end of the tunnel. Data collected by tech site VideoCards showed that GPU prices are finally starting to decline. Their data also shows that retailers are starting to get more stock from manufacturers with each order. The price drop is affecting Nvidia's hardware more than AMD, but Nvidia also had much more inflated prices. It's tough to say if pricing will actually drop all the way back down to MSRP by the start of the holiday season, but there's always hope. Also, if you're looking to grab some new gaming hardware, check out our Amazon affiliate links in the description. I found some great deals on the peripherals that I use hidden in Amazon's warehouse listings. These are basically open box deals sold directly by Amazon instead of third-party resellers. And if you thought Prime Day deals were hot, the pricing on these warehouse listings are bananas. They currently have the mask that I use, the Razer Death Adder version 2, for just $30, which is over half off. There's also deals for controllers, the Nintendo Switch, and tons of games. Using my links in the video description will take you right to the deals and give us a kickback if you buy anything. It's a great way to support our channel and also get your favorite games and gaming hardware. And once you use our links, you can also search around for your own deals, and if you buy something, we'll still get a kickback, so it helps us out. As always, we appreciate your support. Cyberpunk 2077 is back on the PlayStation Store. Sony removed it following a massive influx of refunds because of the game's rough launch. Digital Foundry retested the latest patch for the game running on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro. Their results look pretty positive. On both consoles, they see a clear improvement in performance and stability. Sony still advises last-gen console owners avoid Cyberpunk, but PlayStation 5 owners should have a decent experience overall. Microsoft announced Windows 11 with some new cool features that should be good for gamers. However, there are some significant concerns about hardware compatibility restrictions. Microsoft's list of officially supported CPUs only goes as far back as 2nd gen Ryzen and Intel's 8th gen CPUs. And while that doesn't mean the new OS won't run on older CPUs, it could mean that some features and software might not work as intended. There's also concerns about Windows 11 requiring TPM support on your motherboard. For most PC users, all you should have to do is enable a BIOS security setting that may be off by default, but for your average user just upgrading Windows and never having gone into your BIOS, this could present a problem. Microsoft also announced a major update to their game development kit. Their GDK will support AMD's FSR upscaling tech on both PC and Xbox devices. It competes with Nvidia's DLSS but doesn't offer quite the same level of quality. That might change as AMD continues to improve FSR, but either way, the fact that FSR doesn't require an AMD GPU and will be available to console developers is huge. It's basically a free performance upgrade with some minor downsides to visuals. Dark Souls is getting a fan-made sequel called Nightfall. The developers released a teaser trailer announcing the mod will launch on December 21st. They previously posted gameplay and work-in-progress footage of the mod that looks very promising. It's been made for Dark Souls Remastered and will be a single-player only experience. Halo Infinite's developers don't want the game's multiplayer battle passes to feel like a grind or a job. Each season will last 3 months and the battle pass for each season will not expire. And that's a dramatic shift from other games which place hard limits on their battle passes. Infinite's players will be able to purchase old battle passes at any time and can select which battle pass their progress counts towards. Infinite's multiplayer will be free to play and is on track to launch alongside the game's paid campaign this holiday season. Call of Duty Warzone went for a wild ride following the launch of Season 4. The update threw the game's meta into pure chaos. One standout weapon was a new addition, the MG82. At launch, this gun was massively overpowered. It had minimal recoil even without attachments and a very high rate of fire. Raven nerfed it in an update a few days later. The patch notes mention dead silence is also under investigation and might even be removed entirely. And while that's great, the rest of the game's weapons are still all over the place when it comes to balance. Raven promises a bigger balance change is coming later this season, increasing the average time to kill to all weapons. One highlight of Season 4 so far has been the Rose Operator skin finally getting a proper nerf. It's now plainly visible against dark backgrounds and in shadowy areas. Before Season 4, this skin was invisible in most shaded areas. Valorant's latest update is massive. It makes sweeping balance changes to every operator and weapon in the game. And while many of the changes are minor tweaks that mainly impact the game's economy system in general, they're a big step towards making the game more tactical and competitive. The update also introduces a new agent called KO that can be revived if killed while using his ultimate ability. Apex Legends is also getting a pretty big update next week. The Genesis event update will bring back classic versions of Kings Canyon and the World's Edge. It goes live on the 29th. The patch notes list many tweaks, but the main focus seems to be balancing the Arenas mode. All weapons and items are getting their prices adjusted. Before we get to this week's final story, thanks again for following along with us throughout the week. We'll be back on Monday with Today in Gaming. Until then, have a great weekend, and if you want to support the channel, check out the Amazon affiliate links in the video description. Valve may have saved Team Fortress 2 from cheaters. The game has been in absolute disarray for over a year thanks to new cheats that attack flaws with the game's source code. The code leaked a while ago and cheat developers used it to make bots and other malicious software that can take over public servers and ruin the experience for everyone. But this week, Valve pushed a patch for the game that seemingly fixed all the major exploits. As a result, Team Fortress 2 has seen a massive boost in concurrent players. It broke its all-time record, hitting over 150,000 players following the update. And that wraps it up for this week in gaming. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.